Guys, big breaking news coming out. World War III update. US Navy SEALs joining new drills. As General told, prepare for war. Wow. Alright, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Once again, this is a big breaking news. Nations against nations rising, and you have all these countries preparing for imminent war. Alright, so we're going to see what's going on with this one here. This is a big breaking news that's coming out right now. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Thank you again for your support. Another way to support the channel is through Patreon. $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream. We go live once a week and we talk about things that we cannot talk about in this platform. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. US Navy SEALs will carry out joint drills with Argentina this month as the White House focuses its attention on Latin America and the Pentagon embarks on preparation for war. Now, you guys already know Nicholas, I believe, declared a state of emergency in Venezuela. So all this is because of Venezuela. So you have a whole bunch of U.S. equipments out there, and they are also training with allies. A platoon of Navy SEALs will train alongside roughly 40 Argentine tactical divers. A spokesperson for the U.S. Southern Command, Southcom, told the news. A platoon is typically 16 people. So the U.S. president has dubbed Argentina's far-right leader, Javier. For those of you that don't know who Javier is, he's the Spanish Wolverine, all right, like X-Men. He got that big sideburn and everything. So Javier, he truly loves Donald. I mean, he loves Donald. I mean, that's his favorite president. Argentina Foreign Ministry said this week Javier will travel to the White House later this month in a new opportunity to continue strengthening the strategic partnership between both countries. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who recently branded himself the Secretary of War, told a highly unusual gathering of senior U.S. military leaders in Virginia on Tuesday that the only mission of the newly restored Department of War is this: war fighting, preparing for war, and preparing to win. There's a lot of preparation going on, guys. Man. Ever since Donald became commander, there's been a lot of military action going on. A lot. Even within our country. You got National Guards all over the place in Portland, LA, Memphis, DC, multiple cities out there, mostly the left region. Alright, so it says here you have Javier authorized U.S. Navy personnel to enter Argentina for drills dubbed Exercise Trident or Tridente between October 20th and November the 15th, according to a presidential decree published by the Gov in Buenos Aires this week. The Southcom spokesperson said that the U.S. Special Operation Forces routinely conduct what is known as Joint Combined Exchange Training with other countries, and Trident encompasses a series of pre-coordinated JCETs. Now, the initial engagement between the U.S. and Argentina personnel is scheduled to take place between October 29 to November 16 at the Mar de Plata Naval Base south of Buenos Aires, the spokesperson said. There's also been a lot of military exercises. There's been a lot of it. A lot in 2025. Now, they keep telling us not to worry. This is all just regular stuff. But here's the thing, guys. There's been more exercise in 2025 than 2024 or 2023. There's been some crazy amounts of all these preparation of war. A group of U.S. soldiers are authorized to conduct exercises with our special forces in Puerto Belgrano, Mar de Plata, and Ushuaia, and you have Juan Bartolome, the Secretary for International Affairs in Argentina's Defense Ministry, told the news that Puerto Belgrano is west of Mar de Plata, and Ushuaia sits in Argentina's far south. Pay attention to all these nation against nation. This is all written in scripture. The decree indicates Argentina's Congress has not granted its permission for the action. The Gov has no other option but to carry out scheduled training via decree, said Bartolome. The exercises offer tangible benefits for strengthening Argentina capabilities and for showing up its international alliances, the decree said, as well as improving how resources are used and how easily Argentina forces can work with foreign militaries, and to not take part, the decree said, will significantly impact naval training and combined operations with the United States Navy. The Southcom spokesperson said they could not give details about the vessels or assets involved for security reasons. Argentina's participation in the drills show the country's commitment to regional stability and international security, the decree said, as well as improving its reputations as a partner to the U.S. and cementing Argentina's place in the future multinational operations. Now it says here, compared to recent years, U.S.-Argentina relations are at its peak and it's cascading into the military terrain, said Carlos, a senior research fellow in Latin American security with the UK-based Royal United Services Institute think tank. Now, once again, Javier Gov has been clear. It wishes to settle closer to the U.S., including its defense policy. Argentina brought 24 of F-16 fighter jets from Denmark in 2024 in a roughly $300 million deal. That's crazy money there, man. With the green light from the U.S. and U.S. Southern Command Chief. Admiral Alvin has visited Argentina twice since May this year. Exercise Trident is one of the many outcomes of Alvin tour, and if successful, I can foresee efforts by both nations to make this a yearly exercise, Solar said. Exercise Trident is one of the many outcomes of Alvin tour, and if successful, I read that part, I truly apologize. The Gov said in the same decree that Argentina forces would participate in drills in Puerto Varas, southern Chile, in October as part of exercises referred to as Solidaridad or Solidarity, and the U.S. is currently hosting UNITA's joint drills with 25 countries, including Argentina, and carry out exercises with Buenos Aires in May of 2024. A lot of these names are Spanish name, guys. So give me a second here. The U.S. president. The U.S. president has deployed warship to the Southern Caribbean as part of the administration vow crackdown on the gangs, and said that the U.S. forces have struck several boats allegedly operated by the gangs. The administration has provided little concrete evidence the boats were operated by what the U.S. commander described as narco, raising tensions with Venezuela and concerns over whether the lethal strike were legal. Sea power projection is at its height in the Southern Caribbean Sea. So what people are saying? Well, you have Carlos, a senior research fellow in Latin American security with the UK-based Royal United Service Institute think tank. He told Newsweek, under Washington's eyes, U.S. maritime power and the combined show of force with regional partners are both a tool of deterrence and geopolitical signaling. Juan said that the Secretary for International Affairs in Argentina Defense Ministry, as they are special forces, they train for traditional combat scenarios as well as humanitarian aid in complex scenarios such as current conflict, hence the diversity of scenarios and locations. So once again, U.S. Navy SEALs joining new drills as General told, prepare for war. We are definitely seeing it, witnessing, and living in Bible prophecy here, guys. So give me a second here. I want to see if I can find any more updates really quick. So you got the Navy SEALs. You got the Navy SEALs. You got the National Guard. You have again, all these military. I mean, it just preparing. We do have some urgent update about the Holy Land. We're going to jump to another nation against nation. All right, so U.S. commander to draw red line for Hamas on the Strip peace plan. The White House says the U.S. commander will decide how long Hamas has to accept his Holy Land-backed proposal to halt the war in the Strip. The 20-point plan held worldwide demands Hamas disarm, release all the innocents, and allow a transitional international-led gov in the Strip. Now it says here, you have the press secretary said Hamas should accept this plan so we can move forward. Alright, so it seems like so far this is all the information here. Hold on, give me a second, We do have some updates here. Give me a second. The U.S. officially is at war with the gang. U.S. forces are now officially locked in combat against the gang in the Caribbean. And that's what this video is about, is basically the South America. So the U.S. commander has formally designated the clashes an armed conflict, signaling more strikes are likely if the gang continue their push from Venezuela. Wow. So the U.S. is sending a strong message here. Give me a second. Yeah, that's the boat. That is the boat. I'm seeing this picture being released today now, but again, what are your thoughts on this one here? Someone said that Russia may come to the president of Venezuela, Nicolas' defense, which could launch a bigger war. Just something to remember, Russia has a partnership and relationship with Venezuela leader Nicolas. And that's very true. That is absolutely true. One thing I'll tell you guys, we don't want to see the Russians here in our backyard. we don't want to see that. But you have the Navy SEALs are prepared. They're preparing right now. You got Argentina's backing the U.S. And you have Colombia's backing Venezuela. It's just a matter of time when things start hitting the fan out there in our backyard. But this is where we at right now, guys. I will keep you updated when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.